Let's see who's gonna take this fight first. Miracle and GH, they're battling it out. Is this a disruptor mid?
I think it might be. I thought the boys might have been memeing because we didn't have the vision at the time.
The boys might
It is Chris Luck mid playing a disruptor.
I have seen some players do this recently, top tier players. I believe someone told me they played with, was it Ramses or no one disruptor mid, and he actually managed to win with it. Disruptor super long time ago was played sometimes on mid, more like a meme, but you have this super strong nuke early on, and versus Pagna you were actually able to nuke him constantly. But is it really worthy of a mid? I'm not so sure. We'll have to wait and see, but it does definitely look, well, not ordinary.
Is this the time to be trying out something this different, though? It is elimination.
Of course, it's elimination. This is the time to practice. This is the time to test new stuff.
You're wild, Wizard.
Yeah, just go disruptor mid. Last game, finals of TI, game 5.
There we go. You know, just give it a little try. Who knows? You can already see, though, in the mid lane, Chris Luck is being very aggressive. That thunderclap doing a lot of damage. Just
give him a clap?
Give him a clap. But it's a scary perspective, right? You've got a Night Stalker on the side of Nigma.
Yeah, you have a Night Stalker, which is eventually most likely going to go for that blink. He gets that blink, he jumps on top of you, silences you. You're just gone as a disruptor, so... It doesn't look like a very easy disruptor game. That's also the thing, but they do have more heroes on their side, and we're only talking about disruptor. Here on this lane, we have Stinger on Wyvern, and we have LC on Lelis on the bottom lane. On top, we have Schofield as well on the Snakes. There's so many heroes that work well versus Nigma's lineup. Then again, Nigma, they have this Pagna versus the Void. There's so many things. I think we're in for a really, really exciting game.
It's just crazy. I'm wondering if both of these teams really put a lot of stock into just countering one another almost, right? Top lane, the first blood, though, going to Hector. Stinger was TPing out, didn't want to have to deal with Miracle.
So far, in this series, the team that gets the first blood 100% of the time wins the game. That's out of 2 games, so...
Well, I mean, that with a sample size like that.
The sample size is a little small, but... You never know. We is pressuring him super hard.
Very, very close. 20-something hit points.
He needed literally one more hit. Very, very lucky.
Both of them are just dancing quite low. Do have some regen on Wii. Chris Luck has to be careful. Again. Oof.
Yeah, he has that courier flying out to him, but considering what Disruptor should be doing and how he's supposed to be playing, Wii is definitely adapted to this lane perfectly well. Usually as a disruptor you want to spam, you want to make him go back, but Wiz instead of that doing exactly the same to the disruptor.
It's a lot of harass, trading back and forth here. Schofield popping that stick, some of that right back again, and it's tri-lane versus tri-lane right now. My question is, I see the Faceless Void. I understand why they picked him up, but when is go time for this hero? How do you make this work with what else you have lined up?
First, I think he's decent here on the lane. I think this is a decent lane for him. Lelis, because of that tri-lane, should have a decent time on the bottom lane as well, as he's 1v1 with mind control. And you can see right now, 19 to 3 on this LC, he's having a free farm. So go time for Void might not be as important as just opening the map for everyone else. However, Void, you know Void, you get that level 6, you get the Chrono, you can already be active if you have enough damage in the Chronosphere. They don't necessarily have that though. They don't have these crazy heroes in the Chrono. But we'll see. At least you have something versus the Nyx with or without that rage.
I guess it also pushed some pretty good pressure on the map. Once these heroes get the level 6 coming out from the Legion Commander, and of course, you know, this Faceless Void as he's just chipping away over at GH here. And they do manage to slow down Hector's farm with that courier snipe mid lane. Schofield winding up, doesn't even really need to do much of anything as they're able to get the kill onto Wii.
Yeah, and it is Chris Luck that gets him in the end. Even though he had to move back to dodge the last nuke from Pagna, he still gets the kill with the nuke, with the Thunder Strike.
That's exactly how you want that to go if you're Beastcoast right now.
I don't really know if you want to be rotating both of your supports to the mid lane, as Void will struggle because of that. He will be the one that doesn't farm, and you can see right now he only has 16 CS versus 23 of the Nyx. Not terrible, but not great as well.
like we still have a little bit of movement over in that mid lane right now. I am interested to see how this all eventually plays out with having that mid disruptor. Do you think that the itemization is going to be, I mean, obviously it's going to be different than what you typically see on a disruptor, but what would you imagine?
Usually what you can go with the core, well, usually the sample size isn't great, but
you mean you don't see this all the time, Lizard?
Actually, I don't. I don't see Disruptor mid a lot, but my wild guess is Yule's, Whale, Aghanim, something like that. I think those items are really great, and after that, the Blink Dagger. And you pretty much have the same...
Oh, good.
TPO.
Good knockback. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're able to get themselves a kill on Hector.
And he also TP'd, so he's going to have to run to the lane now. Super bad for him.
The walk of shame. Never feels good.
But when you're playing Disruptor mid, it's not about the item build. Obviously, it is about the items, but more about when you get those items. When you're playing Disruptor as a support, you get the Agonists, but you get it kind of late. If you're playing him mid, you can get it much, much earlier. And that's where the Disruptor core shines.
It's a scary prospect with that Aghanim Scepter, the fact that you're able to just make an AoE Doom. Oh, mid lane? Nice glimpse coming back. Wait, he wants to go back in, though. And
we might die
low with the uphill. Does he have it? He's got the kill on Chris Luck. Schofield, though, going to be able to punish him as he makes his own rotation to this mid lane.
Mind Control now tips we in the same way that Beastcoast was tipping them in that last game all the time.
I like it. I like the sass. IO, GH, he's getting work down here. He's trying to make himself away, and no, it looks like Hector, he has to back off. He cannot finish that kill. Now Stinger realizing he just has to TP out here. He's not going to be able to walk away otherwise.
The balls from Wisp were spread out, and because of that, he had to move back, or he would have died to them. But now he has 5 seconds away from time lapse.
This is not looking good for Hector.
The
body blocks coming out from GH.
GH is just a god on Wisp.
The ball right in the way here. Kuro. They got 5 stacks of sticky over here on Chris Luck.
Nyx?
Is he gonna go back in? No, he's gonna slow down with that Decrepify. It's a lot of damage coming out from Weeha.
Tell me, Mox. Let's see if they can take down Kuroki first.
I don't know. They're really trying, but it's just a little bit too scary, especially with all those sticks. They do manage to get it, though. They'll find the kill.
I love how he's playing around the Glimpse versus the Pugna.
Ooh, and are we gonna... No, we are gonna get our first kill on Legion, but no dual damage.
No dual, but they still get the damage, yeah.
And I think you're happy with that, because a Night Stalker that's not on the map is much safer feelings for a lot of these individuals.
You know, we were so consumed in this Disruptor pick and how he's mid that we haven't really talked about the Nyx Assassin and the fact that he's in this game. Nyx Assassin. I haven't seen the hero in half of a year. He's not picked even in my pubs. He's dead, but in this kind of a game, perhaps he can work.
Bounce back. Oh, there's so much sticky, and that silence coming out from Mind Control. It's a dead Hector. Yeah, Hector is having a rough game.
He goes to one lane, he feeds, he goes to another, he feeds. It's definitely not a good game for him so far. He needs to be farming in a little bit more of a passive way.
I feel like a lot of this is going to come down to Lelis being very active, looking for those duels, maybe pairing up with the Nyx Assassin. But right now, you know, the side of Nigma, they're looking pretty comfortable for the most part.
They're just farming across the map, farming creeps, farming heroes as well.
Oh, there's that damage, and Hector will get himself a kill.
That's some extra gold for Hector, who has just died twice in a row, so it's pretty good for him.
Yeah, they're gonna just dive right after this Winter Wyvern. It is not safe to have any of these heroes down here, because you just see the Batrider just throwing down stacks of Sticky, Firefly, and that's a crispy Wyvern.
And remember, that's a position 5 Batrider that's doing that. He's doing so much. He's just creating a lot of space, and if you're Beastcoast, you have to respect that. You can't just move into him the way Hector has done a couple of times. But I'm still waiting for this Disruptor to start rotating or making moves. So far, it was we that tried to be a little bit too aggressive on that mid lane, and he has paid with his life twice now.
Just good rotations also coming in from Schofield, of course, on the Nyx Assassin. CGH taking care of the jungle. This is very scary. Again, they just send in one at a time. Although there is backup this time around. They'll turn back on to Kuroki, who's going to be able to go fly over. There's the Decrepify. Chris Luck's taking a lot of damage. They want to get this kill on Mind Control. They'll find it. Now Schofield, he's just crisping away with all of that Firefly. Chris Luck also needing some help. He doesn't quite have that damage, but there it is. They managed to get the kill before Chris Luck is taken down. Weeha trying to run away. The body blocks coming out from Stinger, as well as that Splinter Blast. Just going to go Decrepify again, but body block stuns the whole kit. Do they have enough damage to take him down, though? No, who's going to turn right back around? Get that life drain going.
Yeah, that Splinter Blast was never going to connect. Schofield, obviously Nyx Assassin is still Nyx Assassin, and that Carapace is still one of the best spells in the game. And versus Pugna, versus Batrider, it's a straight up counter. You can so easily catch them off guard with Vendetta plus Spike Carapace.
There's a little bit of a man fight over here, and he's gonna go for the duel as well, hoping maybe they can get enough damage. With Chris Luck being here, they're not gonna get the duel damage, but do they have enough? Can they get it? No, Whiskey comes right in. He's gonna be able to save Miracle.
In the mid lane, there's a
and there's a Chronosphere, but they don't have damage. That is the issue right now with this particular draft.
Now that was the Chrono on the Batrider, but at the same time, it's only the Nyx that fell in the end. Nyx Assassin died to Wii. So Nigma, they're definitely playing this lineup right. Or maybe this is the way to play this lineup of Beastcoast, because I honestly have no clue what a core disruptor is supposed to be doing this early on. He's starting to rotate across the map to create some space, to make some movements, but so far he has managed to get one kill on the bottom lane and die instantly after.
So it's a very scary concept to send anyone into the bottom lane against that Night Stalker. You get the hold into place here. Lelis looking for the duel. Should be able to get himself his first amount of duel damage. GH trying his best, but not going to be able to save him, as he's going to get split off from Miracle. Chris Luck, he can't do much against this Lifestealer, though. He's flying entirely over onto, you know, having that magical damage, which Lifestealer just doesn't care. Miracle gets a kill, just walks right back on over and starts farming again.
If that's your position 5, then that kind of a kill is fine. It happens. And Nyx just rages and kills you. But that's your mid disruptor that just died to Miracle. It's running him down casually.
Yeah, Schofield is struggling to just run away. The Decrepify comes out from Weehaw, the Life Drain body blocks, and it's a dead Nyx Assassin. Lelis is here, but he can't do all that much. As again, you know, you can see this Winter Wyvern trying to find an opening. It's trying to bounce back, goes right over near Miracle. They'll go and it doesn't even matter. They take down the Winter Wyvern. Can they get this duel? That's a beautiful, beautiful ultimate, as they're able to go and trap several of these heroes. They get the kill on Weehaw, but they need more damage, Lizard.
Chris Luck.
Back. It's gonna get silenced. They try to purge it off. Lelis protecting him a little bit longer. But how do you take down this Miracle? Lasso gets used onto Lelis. He's just dragged right back into 4 heroes.
GH came back after not really a success of trying to relocate Pugna out of the fight. He tried to save him, didn't manage to do so, but then again, he relocated back in just in time to help out Nyx clean up. And overall, if you're Nigma, you're completely satisfied with how the game is going. You're pressuring this lineup of Beastcoast. I'm just waiting for Hector to show up. He's going for Diffusal BKB kind of a build. I think it's all right, but at the same time, Hector has been countered by Pugna, so he's going to face this problem very soon, in which he goes on some target, uses that Chrono, but that same target just gets decrepified, and then you don't have the damage for it.
And again, you know, they're just chasing down this Nyx Assassin, the body blocks, everything right there. They can't do much.
V gets that killed, and they go on V, but there's a Wisp attempting to reload him away. The Disruptor Storm right here, Static Storm, was good. You could see it, but it just isn't strong enough. It's not good enough. It connects on 3, but there's no extra damage. There's no Hector ready to fight.
No, and that again is a big problem, and I'm worried about this Faceless Void, because he can get very nice Chronospheres, but it doesn't matter if you don't have that damage.
When it comes to the farm, at least, he is recovering. He's second on the net worth charts, just below, well, 1k below the Nyx at this. Oh, there we go.
There's a Chronosphere over in the mid lane. Do they have damage, though, is again the question. They'll slow him down.
Yep, he just got relocated away, and that's it.
He's out, just like that. They will be able to get some dual damage onto Lelis, so that
Schofield is just setting these things up. Schofield goes with that Spike Carapace.
I want to go right back in. That's a good Winter's Curse, except it's backwards, it looks like. And now Hector is trying to run away, and he can't. Miracle just will not give up on him.
And we see one Static Storm after another, used with no success whatsoever.
Look at GH,
no
he's just leading that charge. You can feel that aggression, turns his attention over to Chris Luck. The rest of the team, though, over behind that tower. The tether coming through, over onto Miracle, who rages right out, and they find a kill on Lelis. Chris Luck, he's in the wrong neighborhood. You don't want to be here, friend. They don't have any way to cancel the TP, though, so he is going to survive.
I don't know, SA Mamacita, I think your boys need some scolding. This draft so far hasn't really worked out, and they need to do something different. They need to stack up together, use those Chronospheres in the best possible way to get back into this game. But you know what? In that first match, they did prove us wrong, so maybe they've got something something sneaky planned.
They showed a lot of strength in the first game for sure, but I mean, you're going up against Nigma. This is a very strong team. This is Kuro and the boys. You don't just, mess around with this. Again, over onto the high ground. Stinger gonna have to fly away. They just delete Schofield as Kuro they have so much vision game too. We talked about that on some of the panel, right? It's just
we
so
talked about
hard
that during that last game. They were just avoiding the map so well, and in this game, there's the curse. Is there a follow-up?
There's no follow-up. That's the problem.
Also, Mind Control's AoE silence is so significantly.
Okay, they're gonna go in for the duel, and they do manage to land the Static Storm. They'll get the duel damage off. Now they're gonna try to make some moves onto GH. They'll pop that little bubble. Miracle man fighting against K1, though. He's not gonna be able to get away fast enough, as they'll use a heal. Buyback's gonna come out from the Pugna. You can hear that lasso dragging him back. Do they have the damage, though, this time? They don't quite have it. Mind Control juking around through the trees, but he is caught. And on the other side, you've got Kuroki trying to provide some assistance. He does have a Life Stealer Bomb in him, but they'll take down Mind Control. Everyone's sitting so low right now, but they just keep dancing around. Stinger, he's got so many stacks of Sticky as they find another kill from Miracle, and they're still looking here. K1 stuck in the trees. He can't get out. He finds a kill on Kuroki, rather, and now there's going to be GH coming back in again, trying to heal them up. They're man fighting over here. Hector's still alive. He's got the Chronosphere, though. It's looking really nice as they get the kill onto GH. Sorry, they'll turn back around to GH. And Miracle, he's just trying to chase after Chris Luck. He'll find the kill. Do they have enough to take down Miracle? They've got the duel. They've got the Blade Mail. Do they have the damage? It's looking really good. And there it is, as everyone on the side of Beastcoast.
Moxie, all things said and done, I think whatever you told them, if you scolded them, it worked because I believe they wiped Nigma. You see that? That's a wipe plus a dieback from Pugna. I don't know how these boys are doing this. This is some SA special. I think this is what happens in those pubs. You're feeding, you're running around, doing mindless things, and then suddenly you pop back right into the game when the enemy team is like, all right, we've done. They called GG. Let's close this out, and then you strike. Then you go back in. And Beastcoast, this team fight lasted so long that Chrono came back up, and then he used it on the perfect two targets. He used it on the Pugna and the Wisp, and now they're gonna find Wisp again.
I think we're gonna keep seeing them hunting around for this little Wisp and just giving all that damage onto Lelis.
Yeah, that's 58 damage for Lelis now, and I love this Blade Mail as well, as it helped them out finish off the Nikes. You have to use the Chrono on the Wisp and the Pugna. They did it perfectly well last time, but if Pugna isn't around, just dueling the Wisp also works really well. And that will allow them to take down that tier 1 on the top lane, perhaps even more afterwards.
Oh, Mind Control, he's got a double damage. He's got his sights set onto Hector. Kuroki is here with the lasso, and Weeha's here too. They'll just take out Faceless Void.
All right, I got a little bit too excited. It's still Mind Control, it's still Night Stalker, it's still AoE Silence versus the Void. You need 4 staffs or a BKB on Void to be able to survive that aggression.
It just feels like they need a lot of things on the side of Beastcoast that they're not necessarily going to get fast enough.
They need forces. They need 4 staffs versus these heroes. They need Lotus Orbs. There's so many defensive items that you need to buy versus Nigma, and Nigma is like, we just need to kill you. That's all. We don't have to itemize necessarily very well against you. We just need standard items that are good on our heroes, and we need to go.
But if you get these 4 staff, you're lacking so much.
There's the 4 staff on Nyx.
Okay.
It's already a good one. You're lacking, but you need it.
You do.
If you don't, you just die. That's the problem.
At least you can survive to fight, on high ground or whatnot if you pick up those items. But they're just chunking away at this bottom tower. And they just have to let it go. It just goes down too quickly.
Like, one bad thing is this Nyx went for the 4 staff, right? At the same time, now that he has the 4 staff, they don't have a vessel. If he maybe invested that gold into getting a vessel, they would be able to take down Wisp and the Pugna much easier. He's trying to buy it. He's queued up the urn.
He knows that he needs to pick it up. It's just, it's the, what do I need right here, right now, right? And the 4 staff, I think, is very important.
I just love the movements from Beastcoast. They've adapted to the movements from Nigma as well. Obviously, Nigma's movements are much easier to do because they're in control. But, Schofield...
They didn't have
the urn. He wanted to earn him, I suppose, but he earned himself instead. As Schofield was too fast, he just went in with.
They've got detection, though. He needs to be careful. Looks like he's already scooted out.
It was
getting time to shrine.
One bad thing is they caught Disruptor, it seems.
Yeah, they do have the Disruptor. Lelis is nearby, though, and he's going to go try to get this dual damage. Chris Lucky drops the ultimate. Does manage to grab several of these heroes, but they're just...
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice Chronosphere coming out from Hector. They will end up losing Chris Lucky. I don't know. This Wisp is doing so much to keep him alive. It's a nice Winter's Curse. They should be able to take down the Bat. That is a position 5 Bat.
You used your TP bolts.
He's got to get out. He's trying to hide over into the tree line, but there's just too many people here. It's not feeling very good for him right now.
It's not feeling great, but they have no detection. Their supports
They have
died.
the Shadow Amulet, right?
Yeah. So they're even guessing wrong. You can see that they were missing so far. But here comes GH. Does he have something? Yes. Nothing. No. But the balls will connect.
All they need to do is just keep spamming that Nether Blast, and he will. Takes a while.
Fly, Stinger.
Oh, he's trying, but it's not enough.
Unfortunately for him, it's not enough. At the same time, Schofield is just hiding on that top lane, watching his Wyvern die. He's like, sorry, buddy, I can't really help you. Just need to farm.
They're losing so many of their towers now, Lizard. If you are gonna be the Papacito,
all right,
what would you tell the side of Beastcoast? What do they need to do right now? Because Nigma, they just keep running at them. They're not giving them any breathing room, which is exactly what they need to do. But what do we need to see?
They just need to continue taking similar fights, but change objectives, change their priorities. This Wisp needs to die first. This Bugna needs to die first.
Well, they do manage to find a kill onto Kuro, so he's not going to be a part of this fight. And again, we get that Winter's Curse holding them in place, but they don't have anything to lock them in. They just walk on out. That's not how you want to see this, and if Silence is going to come out there, got the Yule Scepter, they should be able to find a kill onto Mind Control, maybe a little bit of dual damage too. So that's working out for the side of Beastcoast here, but now they need to be careful. The Force Staff away, it's paying off as they can see this IO, the reload out, and they're waiting patiently. Hector forcing everyone back. You can tell they kind of want to stay in the area so he has a tether out target, but they're just going to chase after Weeha. And then right back here, can they finish off Miracle? They get the kill on Schofield.
What happened? He just moved into that blast.
I don't know. They'll get the kill onto GH, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
He's looking, but doesn't have anyone to tether
Also,
out.
I have to say that Wisp got the best possible item so far for himself. Has,
the Essence
Philosopher's Soul might not be the best, but he got the mech and the Essence Ring.
Yes.
It's so much shield. That's one of the reasons why Nike survived in that Chrono on the top lane. And that's one of the reasons why it's of utmost priority to kill the Wisp first. You need to take him down. If you don't take down that Wisp, he's gonna save everyone else.
Well, we've seen him save them multiple times. You see the spacing too, right? You'll see Hector go off with the Chronosphere. You'll see maybe a duel or whatnot. And GH is always just lurking, slightly out of vision, usually over near the tree line, so he can just zip in and just heal up his team. And it's just great positioning coming out from the side of Nigma.
That great positioning might usually be a problem, but for this lineup of Beastcoast, it shouldn't be. You have Nyx with Vendetta. With that Vendetta, you can skip to the sidelines. Find that Wisp, give enough info to your teammates so that they can initiate properly. You don't even need great wards when you have a Nyx in your team. It's just that hero, it's not about the burst, it's not about the disable. Obviously, the disable is amazing, but it's about this. Moving behind the enemy team and giving your team good info.
It's all about the vision game, and they have so much vision coming out from the Night Stalker and the Bat Rider, but I guess the issue is it feels like they're getting jumped on half the time, so you can't get into that perfect positioning.
So far, that has definitely been the case. They've been on the reactive, right? And one of the reasons is the Disruptor, he's just such an easy kill. Nike sees him, instantly pops Rage and runs straight at him. But he is getting tankier. He has his Yules and Ogre Axe now moving towards the Aghanims. Will become a little bit more difficult to kill. But the problem is, Nigma is getting their items too. This Night Stalker, he will get his Blink Dagger Aghanims soon. You will have a Blink Dagger on Bet if he didn't pick it up already. I believe that might be the case. Kuro, there you go. Just as I'm speaking about it, Kuro buys it.
It's gonna get very, very scary for the side of Beastcoast before it gets better.
Just what I need.
I do like to see Schofield and Lelis paired up, trying to find these pickoffs. We've talked about this.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult because Lelis doesn't have a blink, but Kuro...
He doesn't see him.
Yeah, he TPs away. It's a little bit difficult because he can't follow up instantly, right? When they see someone, Vendetta breaks, stun,
Oh, they have the vision on the Nyx Assassin. Force Staff down. He did get dusted, though. Bounce back, trying to get him up to the high ground. Winter's Curse, buying a little bit more time. Schofield should be able to run out. Still hunting, though. So the glimpse back again. They don't want to have that Night Stalker anywhere near them, but they do get the lasso off.
I don't think this is a good
back
target.
on Chris Luck. They're going to go right back in again. They'll drop the kinetic field on the back line, so this Winter Wyvern is just silenced. He cannot get away. Kuro is still alive. It's taking so long for them to do anything here. Buyback's going to come out from the Winter Wyvern. They'll drop that ultimate as they'll hold the Life Stealer into place, taunted up with that playmail. It's looking really, really good. Weeha, he tried to keep him alive, but he's not going to be able to.
Where was Best? Where was the Rillo? Where was the help?
I don't know. And there's the Chronosphere in here again. Lelis waiting patiently, wants to be a part of this action. One more hit will do the trick.
It looks like GH was forced to go back bottom, and because of that, he used the Rillo already, probably aggressively, forced to go back bottom, couldn't help out the Nikes. That's why that Disruptor ulti was so powerful there. There was no
There's
heal.
no save.
There was no save. There were no heals. Pugna was also completely zoned out on the other side of the map. And here, they took so much time to take down Bat, but Bat, he's in a bad spot. At the same time, Winter Wyvern dies, but his ulti is already used. He's not super powerful for that fight anyway, and this is where it all goes badly for Nigma. The Nikes dies.
And that's going to be, someone who just jumped into the pit. Kuro tried to go in for a snatch and unfortunately ends up dying and also giving more duel damage.
Can't blame him, because this game...
This game is off the rails.
It's off the rails.
Close, right? We've seen about a 1K difference between these two teams the entire time. And it feels a bit weird, right? Because you've lost so many buildings on the side of Beastcoast, but...
Look, Void definitely isn't your top meta pick, but I still value this hero a lot. And once Void has all his items, he's just one of the strongest carries in the game, no matter what the meta is like. And Nigma, I don't think they can stretch this game out way too long, but they do have heroes that can work around that chrono. You have the Relocate, you have the Decrepify, and you can play around the aggressiveness of Beastcoast.
Their positioning has been so fabulous on the side of Nigma.
In the first part, yes, but in the last couple of fights,
well,
definitely
he didn't have GH there. That was a big part of that because he's their lifeline. It's very, very important to keep them alive. And then Weeha too, he was trying to keep them alive with the life drain, but they had too much damage at that point.
We might see a change in the way Nigma approaches these team fights from now on.
This is gonna be a dead Schofield, I have a feeling. No, that's a nice Winter's Curse though. So I'll get taunted back. Miracle thinks about going. Mind Control's not giving up just yet. In fact, there's gonna be the jump forward from Kuroki. Disarm coming out again.
They're diving so deep.
They're going pretty deep here. There's the lasso as they drag back. They get the Nyx Assassin. They should be able to get this Winter Wyvern. No, the glimpse back, saving him a little bit longer. In comes Hector, and he's looking angry. Decrepify buys Kuroki a little bit more time, although there is the damage, and there's some dual damage picked up now for the Legion. Over onto the side, Night Stalker is going to get held up, and there's so many Beast Coast heroes here. Mind Control, he wants to find anything. He's hoping maybe he can get a couple hits off onto Stinger, but he's not going to find it. And just like that, the overextension.
Mind Control in that situation might have killed that small Satyr, but that's about it. He had no business trying to fight all of them. I believe that's the Nyx buyback. Yeah, it was. Nyx bought back there after dying in the back, and he just goes in, catches Mind Control off guard, and kills him off together with Kuroki. Another good fight by Beastcoast, but another really deep dive by Nigma. I love their aggressive movements, though. I don't think they should be relocating in aggressively.
Schofield just going to give a couple pokes here, and look at this. Lelis, the glimpse back. They should be able to get this duel. No, he's going to try to relocate out.
Such a difficult skill.
Lelis, he wants it, you can see.
Such a difficult kill. Vampire Fangs, Greaves, he has Essence Ring as well. It's difficult to take down GH.
But this is great too, because now Relo is on cooldown, so if you do try to take a fight, you don't have to worry about him zipping in and taking someone out.
Yeah, so that basically allows you to chrono, and if you chrono Pugna, even better, because that Decrepify is there.
Save.
Yeah, that's the other save, is the only one. And Beastcoast, they've done it again. They're back in this game. No matter what happens afterwards, win or loss, they definitely managed to somehow turn this game back again.
This has just been an incredible day of Dota so far. Just seeing all of these games, they're all going to, the third Schofield.
Good positioning, good
Look at the Carapace.
Chrono?
Hector.
Is he there?
I think he's waiting. I think he's hoping that he can grab.
No vision, nighttime. They
That's
didn't
true,
have the vision, that's all. And they split in two different directions, so he couldn't catch them anyway. But they get the tier 2. The tier 2 can't run, they take it down, and now they force high ground.
Well, it's just purging off that
Look at that damage. Lelis is
a boss.
eating this tower alive.
He's always played a very good Legion commander, and you can see. Very nice. Hector gets a couple of these hits, but the bash is turned right back onto him. They'll purge it off. They'll try to take down this Pugna ward. They don't want it up the Decrepify, keeping it alive a little bit longer. On the backline, there's the BKB coming out from Lelis. He's going to go get the duel onto Mind Control as he's just taunting him away. Can they get the kill? As the Chronosphere used in the backline, they'll be able to take down Mind Control. Are they going to be able to find this kill? There's GH, though. He's trying to keep me alive. He can't do it. He tried, but it's not going to be able to. And now Mind Control, he needs to be so careful. He just fought back. He can't afford to be taken down again, and he is. He's just taken out. Sofield will now fall, as it looks like Chris Luck might be running out of some of that because he's also going to fall. This overcharge doing so much. Lelis, he's trying to man fight, but I don't think he's going to be able to fight that hard. They'll use that ring. Lelis is being left behind, and perhaps they've just maybe gotten a little too aggressive.
I don't think they did. Overall, they forced a lot of buybacks. Look, Mind Control bought back. We had to buy back. I think, yeah, Lelis died in the end. It's not great. Also, a Disruptor that's a mid-Disruptor died, but if you're Beastcoast, you're not too sad about the way that fight went. They could have maybe went back a little bit earlier, but it's fine. Forcing those buybacks is going to hurt Mind Controls and Bee's item progression by quite a lot. These teamfights, the way they're going, it's insane. They just aren't able to face Beastcoast properly.
What is the idea? You know, it's funny because early in the game I said, what would you tell Beastcoast to get in here? And now it looks like, you know, the gears are starting to shift a little bit. Because you're saying that Nigma, they have to approach, yeah, they have to approach this fight differently. You're swinging back and forth here, Lizard.
In all honesty, I have a feeling that Nigma is missing a lot of damage in these fights. Miracle needs a couple of more items before he starts killing everyone else, and not only the Disruptor. That's his main target so far. He is hitting quite hard. That's why Mjolnir, Basher. But it just doesn't feel very effective at the moment, at least.
Well, the hunt is on. They know that Schofield's here. He goes and he knocks that off. He needs to be careful. That is a Lifestealer bomb. The Force Staff to the low ground. We blinking forward. Should be able to collect up over here, although the rest of the team is on their way. Oh, it's a beautiful Winter's Curse. Just kind of hold him into place, allow him to just walk away as Lelis. He's on the hunt. He wants to find it. They'll be able to take down this ward.
There's still no chrono, and because of that, they can't really chase and re-engage. I love the way Nyx does that too. Schofield, not only does he give info, he doesn't fall in these kind of reconnaissance movements, right? He goes in, but he saves his carapace. He saves his carapace for such a long time, and because of that, we can just blow him up with the life drain.
And that Force Staff is paying off in spades now, too. For the amount of times that his positioning has been a bit, you know...
It's an amazing item.
Yeah, it makes it so that way, you know, they are forced to pop quite a few things, Dust, among other issues, and they just disengage. It's great.
It's Craggy. Coat is given now to the Disruptor. I think that's also really good. He's very difficult to take down. Aghanims, Yules, Craggy. He doesn't even need any mobility. He's just sitting in front. He also has Ghost Scepter too.
They're patiently waiting. They find Miracle. Carapace followed up, and they're gonna go in for... No, they're not. They'll back off. Miracle just forced to kind of run around as Hector is separated from the rest of the team. They get the duel off. There's a Static Storm on top of them. They've got the BKB. There's a Chronosphere as it grabs up 4 of these different heroes as he's going to jump right up here. Can they get the kill onto GH? GH managing to just get them out. And now Miracle, he's faced off with several of these heroes. He has his own BKB. He's trying to face off with Lelis. Get a couple of these bashes. This is not looking good right now. He's going to try to juke. Nice bounce back. The lasso gets thrown out. Lelis, he's still alive, just barely. They lose the Disruptor. Stinger looks to be next on the list, although he'll use the Winter's Curse, try to buy himself a little bit more time, but Miracle, he's just waiting patiently. He's got Curl waiting nearby. It's just a matter of time before they lose the Wyvern. He was trying. Do they have the damage? The hit off? No. Lelis will be able to make it out.
Lelis managed to get out. Void as well. So, in hindsight, maybe they should have forced this fight a little bit differently. And also, the way Nyx initiates is great, but he doesn't have necessary follow-up. They need mobility items. I believe they need more mobility items. So far, these items have worked out well for Beastcoast, but from this point onwards, in order to kill someone as beefy as Miracle, I think you need a blink on LC or maybe even blink on Disruptor just to follow that up with the Static Storm.
It does feel a bit odd not to see the blink because Legion, is one of those heroes that wants to be able to leap in right after the Nyx Assassin.
I mean, we have seen Legions in the last patch as well with the Pipes, Solar Crests, full utility mode. In this patch as well, we have seen them with the Blade Mails. But in this kind of a game, there it is. The Blink is purchased immediately after. He needs it. He understood it.
Hero spotting that courier over there, not going to be able to quite grab it. But yeah, they heard your pleas here, Lizard, saying, you know, you need that mobility item.
Lelis is my boy. There we go.
See the pings coming out.
They're ready. They could even make some smoke movement from this situation. The only problem is there is this ward completely scouting them. Nigma can just play around it. They have full info on whereabouts of the enemy team.
Especially when you've got the vision on the Nyx Assassin, you're feeling a lot safer right now. And it is nighttime. It's not necessarily the best time to try to take a fight in the Beastcoast.
Nighttime is the right time.
You think so? Even with the Night Stalker?
Not really.
Okay.
For Nigma it is.
All the pings coming out.
Mind Control hasn't really had the best game. If you see his net worth, he's 8k. He's 1k below his Wisp. He's just struggling super hard.
Well, we thought he was going to pop off with, you know, a lot of these squishier heroes that are very dependent on science, but they made a lot of plays on him early
One
on.
buyback and a couple of wrong
That's
moves,
fair.
and suddenly you just don't find yourself farming ever with a Night Stalker. That's the problem in this draft for them. Night Stalker has no space.
It just feels like a little bit of waiting, hoping maybe you can get some sort of a pick-off. Ideally, you know, maybe the Isle, maybe Weehaw.
Miracle is getting that heart, as you can see right now. He queued it up. It's one of the best items that you can get versus Void because of the chrono. Once you're chronoed, nothing really works, right? Your BKB won't help you, Lincolns or anything like that won't help you. But heart is kind. It gives you a lot of HP, and because of that, you might be able to survive through the burst. There's the smoke from Nigma, though.
They've got the illusion, sending it over. Not going to scout anything. Hector needs to be careful. Goes up that hill. They go in. Oh! They popped
went on the illusion.
Yeah, they went on the illusion. They thought it was the real one.
Yeah, because Hector was moving right there below the cliff, and it broke the smoke.
You managed to pick off a courier at the very least, a bit of a consolation prize, but the rest of the team is getting over in the triangle. They do have the detection, Night Stalker waiting nearby.
His ulti is running out. He won't be able to fly for a lot longer.
There's the jump. Lifestealer gets spotted. Glimpse back. Mind Control just gonna get dragged away. It's a nice Winter's Curse over here on the side. And there it is. There's the duel plus the Static Storm.
The relocate is great.
Reload. Yeah, they just go right back in. There's a Chronosphere though, and GH, they need to take him down. They need to get him separated. I don't think they're gonna be able to do it at all time, but nope, he breaks the tether. Over on the side, GH running away. They know they have to take him out. He'll just retether off to the side of the BKB. He's still breaking ankles over here as GH eventually is gonna fall. Stinger also falling. The buyback comes out. GH wants to be a part of this. He wants to keep his team alive, keep them nice and healthy. That bash coming off over onto Hector though. He needs a little bit of help, but he's separated now from the team. Chris Luck, he's got the Ghost Scepter, buys himself just a little bit more time. Mind Control facing off with Hector on the back lines, but it's just Hector against the world right now, and it's Mind Control against the other side, but they just keep locking him down. They'll pull out the Rage. Weehaw's here. There's going to be the Glimpse. It doesn't matter. Lelis will fall. And now back on the side, Hector still just trying to do whatever he can. Schofield is standing nearby. They've got that life drain to keep him nice and healthy. And now Schofield, he's stuck between so many heroes. All 5 of them, they just take him out.
In the end,
no hope for him.
Great team fight for Nigma. They also forced Lelis to buy back. It was such a... GH does die in the end, but it took them so much time to take him down, and he managed to relocate that Nyx from the Static Storm, from the duel. Just perfect performance from GH in that last team fight. And Lelis, if he dies here, it's going to be a big problem for them.
It's Winter's Curse being thrown out.
It's good curse.
Lelis getting into position. He wants to get that duel. We'll be able to find it. Mind Control having to run out. Again, the Glimpse back right over there. And they're
going for their axes. He's ignoring everything.
He's ignoring everything else, and they're just going for it. What is happening, Lizard? Mind Control taken down by Lelis. Void putting damage on these towers, facing off with Miracle.
He realized
he got a tower and a Rex.
Yeah, he was like, boys, you got this. I believe in you. I'm gonna go for the objectives. He gets a tower and Rex. Like, just perfect for him.
These games are just so wild.
Mind Control buybacks. He understands there's a rush attempt going from Hector and Lelis. Because of that, they move out. They still don't have Chrono. You don't really want to fight without that.
No, they'll just force them back on the side of Nigma.
Legion Commander is...
Look at the
that
swing.
damage, yeah.
Hector is not afraid of Miracle. Or perhaps should be a little
He
bit.
should be. The only way they take him down is with that dual Static Storm or the Chronosphere. Manning up versus this Life Stealer at the moment is not going to work.
I believe Io just picked up a Desolator.
That's so? Oh, there we go. We're going to have some relocate movements perhaps on the base. Also with that talent later on which you can attack the targets that your tethered hero is attacking. So that's also pretty neat. Extra minus armor can get it being hand.
The lasso, do they want to commit on this though? The silence being used on the Faceless Void. They're just going to bash away over at Curl. You see the Spike Carapace coming in handy though, get the kill. Now back on the other side, Stinger trying to get away. Is just going to force staff himself right into Miracle, and there's going to be the Chronosphere getting used. Do they have the follow-up? It's looking good. Mind control, he's trying. He just cannot flap those wings fast enough. They still have the vision. They'll get the kill. Miracle though, popping back out again. Gets the kill onto Stinger. There's going to be the duel on the back lines. Then you've got GH's nearby, but he can't save him. He's gonna get taken out. Now Miracle's stuck. He's got so many heroes on him right now. GH wants to help, but he doesn't have it. He's not going to be able to, and he's down in the reload right here. Miracle, he buys back. He's coming in. GH, though, he's not going to be able to survive this. No way, no hell. Lelis getting himself a double kill.
Plus 216 damage on Lelis. A full team wipe with the buyback from that Nyx, and straight into the pit they go. They had such a sick teamfight right there. Winter Wyvern, it was so crucial for him to survive for as long as he did in that fight. He survives, he makes that Nyx really work. He makes him waste all of his time in that teamfight trying to kill him. In the end, Miracle doesn't succeed at doing that. Mind Control dies in that Chrono, and it opens up the possibility for Lelis to jump in and duel Wee man. Oof. I think he needs to be the saving grace of Nigma, but so far he's been just feeding.
They're going right for it. They're going right for it. They want to finish it up. They know that they don't have Weeha. They don't have most of the team. They've got a Batrider and they've got a Life Stealer, and that's about it.
Press the attack.
Look
pretty much works on everyone on that range.
Is this how they're going to win? Okay, they use the Abyssal. They've got the Spike Carapace, the jump. All right, they'll be able to go get a glimpse back.
They
just take it down.
Kuro,
he's got to go. TP, they drop the Static Storm, but they're a little bit off the mark. Lelis, he's got his BKB. They just want to go for the throat. They want to finish them. They're just Beastcoast. They're so...
This a bit.
What is happening? They get...
They got it, Mox.